Breaking news alert, there's a new PRS Silver Sky. It just came out today. I did not expect to be making a video about this today. I had no inside track on this, so I'm not quite to that level to get the inside info on Silver Skies when they're coming out, despite all the videos I've made about this guitar. But that's okay. We're going to talk about what PRS did today. Good Lord, we have the dead spec Silver Sky. And you guessed it by the name, this is pretty much the guitar John Mayer has played fairly exclusively with Dead & Company, and it's a modded version of Mayer's signature axe. As their website indicates, they're only making 1,000 of these. They come in at $3,350. Already appear to be back ordered on Sweetwater, so get in line if you want this. But let's talk about what's different from your typical Silver Sky. We've got some interesting things, some of which I was aware of just from great accounts like John Mayer Gear on Instagram, and just, you know, some internet sleuths who have figured out what Mayer had going on with his special Silver Sky. But first of all, the finish. As you can see in this up close there, it is the mock sand color we all love, but it's a very thin nitro that is sunken into the wood. Normally that's something they prevent. If you go watch my PRS factory tour video, you can see where they actually fill that wood grain normally, but they've left it here on purpose. It is a swamp ash body, so you get a different look and obviously different density and weight than the typical alder that they use. There's a ton of brass on this guitar. You've got brass in the bridge, you've got brass nut. I think there's some brass maybe in the tuners, I'm not sure. Some brass appointments we'll talk about later with the preamp that's built in. But the bridge, let's start with the bridge. Surface mounted bridge. Now look closely. This is not the tremolo bridge that you normally have on a Silver Sky. Also, you might notice that there are two giant screws at the back side of this bridge. Now, if you looked at the back of the guitar, there's no trem cavity. This bridge is screwed directly to the front of the guitar. It's a tremolo bridge, but you're not going to be using a bar on this because it's not going anywhere. So it's a string through body, which is very different than your typical Strat style Silver Sky thing you've got going on. And again, brass on the saddles, brass screws, all sorts of brass. Up to the nut, also brass, and your string retainer bar, which, I mean, it's got a break angle on the headstock already of the Silver Sky. I've seen some recent comments about the potential durability issues of that, but that could be discussed later. So the break angle is already more extreme than you would get on like a Fender headstock, but apparently wanted some more tension over the nut, so that's what that bar does. And then if you look over my head here, this fun little thing called the Alembic Blaster. Now, we've been talking about this, which is basically a boost preamp that you can get for your Strat, for your Silver Sky, for any guitar, I think. And that is kind of the cornerstone of this instrument. You can flip it on and off. It's got adjustable gain from 3 to 14 decibels. So very cool. Different animal, though. I mean, now you have an active guitar. It is not a typical Strat style guitar anymore, but it's cool. It sounds great. I don't have one, so you're going to have to go over to the Paul Reed Smith website. They've got two great videos. One is Paul talking about the guitar. The other is an actual demo video of all the specs and all the tones you can get out of it. So this is really cool. I mean, this is going to be one of those things that I think we see happening more and more. It's official that the Silver Sky has been modded, and you do see occasionally people who have modified their Silver Skies. For a while, I think people weren't doing that because it was like this new thing, and it worked great in its actual form. People maybe thought like they were being sacrilegious to modify a Silver Sky, but people have gotten over that fear to include PRS guitars themselves. So it's cool. It's very cool. Outside of the finish, you could do all these mods yourself to your own Silver Sky. But if you're one of those people that has to have one of 1,000 guitars with John Mayer's name on them, you've got another choice here. We also had the OM-JM and the OM-45, I think, from Martin. So super limited on those acoustics. You've got limited here. I mean, we've had limited finishes in the past on the Silver Sky, but wanted to get this video out to you. Let me know in the comments what you think. Please drop a like and subscribe. I'm going to put all of my previous Silver Sky content in the description below, so go check out those videos if you're new to the channel. Who knows? Maybe I'll get my hands on one of these. I doubt it, because there's only 1,000 of them, and I'm not going to buy one. I can tell you that right now. I love my own Silver Sky, which is over my shoulder over there, and I don't need another one. So if I did get another one, it'd be Golden Mesa, by the way. So just as for the record, but don't need one. Probably not going to get one for the channel. You can go check out what they sound like just by listening to Dead & Company is probably the best way to do it, because this guitar is exactly the same, according to PRS, as what John's been playing on the last, Dead & Company tour, and probably any shows they do that are not part of a tour in the future. I'll see you in the next video.